The invitation said, formal attire required, but Jake wouldn't tell me why. He just kissed my forehead this morning and said to meet him at the Astoria Hotel at 8. I should have known something was off when he smiled a little too long, held my hand a little too tight. I'm Zoe, and this is the story of how I burned my perfect life to the ground and built an empire from the ashes. The hotel lobby sparkled with crystal chandeliers, and my heels clicked against marble floors as I followed the trail of rose petals to the grand ballroom. My heart fluttered. Was this the surprise engagement party I'd been hoping for? Jake had been acting strange lately, disappearing for hours and whispering into his phone. I heard voices and laughter echo from above. Following the sound, I climbed the curved staircase to the mezzanine level. That's when I saw them. Jake, my Jake, had his hands tangled in Lily's hair, kissing her like he used to kiss me, my best friend since college, the woman who helped me pick out my wedding dress last month. Time stopped. The air turned to glass in my lungs, but I didn't scream, I didn't cry. Instead, I watched as Lily's perfectly manicured hands gripped his jacket, as his lips traced her neck. They were so lost in each other they didn't even notice me. The guests are arriving, someone called from below. They jumped apart like teenagers caught by parents. I turned and walked down the stairs before they could see me. My mind was oddly clear, like the calm before a storm. The ballroom was filling with familiar faces, colleagues, friends, family. Trinity, my sister, stood near the bar with her signature look of disdain. "Surprise!" Jake's voice boomed as he appeared behind me, slightly breathless. Lily materialized moments later, lipstick freshly applied. "Oh my God, you look gorgeous!" Lily hugged me, her perfume, the one I'd given her for Christmas, choking me. I smiled. "Thank you for helping plan this, Lily. You've always been so involved in my life." Jake clinked a glass, gathering everyone's attention. "Friends, family, thank you for coming tonight. I have an announcement to make." "Actually," I interrupted, grabbing a champagne flute from a passing waiter, "I'd like to make a toast first." Jake's face flickered with confusion. Lily's smile froze. "To love." I raised my glass, my voice carrying across the suddenly quiet room. "And to reading the fine print? Honey?" Jake's voice held a warning. You see, Jake signed our prenup last week. He was so excited to prove his love that he didn't even read it. I took a deliberate sip. Funny thing about prenups, they're binding even before the wedding. The color drained from Jake's face. Lily's hand flew to her throat. To the happy couple, I locked eyes with Lily. Both of them. The room erupted in whispers. Phones appeared, recording. Natasha, the party planner, had her phone aimed straight at Jake's crumbling expression. "Zoe," Jake stepped forward, reaching for my arm. "Let me explain." I stepped back, my voice steady. "No need, the security cameras in the mezzanine explained plenty." More gasps, more phones. Trinity's smirk grew wider. "Always knew he was screwing her," Trinity muttered, loud enough for nearby guests to hear. I raised my glass one final time. "To new beginnings, and to the $50,000 I'll be donating tomorrow to start a foundation for women betrayed by those they trusted most." The champagne tasted like victory as I drained my glass. Behind me, I heard Lily's heels clicking rapidly toward the exit. Jake stood frozen, his mouth opening and closing like a fish out of water. But this wasn't the end. This was just the opening move in a game they didn't even know they were playing. I placed my empty glass on a nearby table and smiled at the stunned crowd. "Please, enjoy the party. After all, we're celebrating the truth finally coming out." "You can't do this," Jake's voice cracked as he chased me through the crowd. "That prenup isn't legal. Roy would never—" I spun around, savoring the desperation in his eyes. "Roy? Your godfather Roy? The same Roy who's been watching you destroy his best friend's daughter?" I pulled out my phone, showing him the email. "He helped me draft it." Lily appeared beside Jake, mascara streaking down her cheeks. "Zoe, please. It wasn't what you think." 3 months ago," I cut her off, "you borrowed my car to visit your sick aunt. Funny how your location showed you at the Marriott instead." I turned to the gathering crowd. "The same hotel where Jake had his business meeting. The memory hit me like a wave, the first red flag I'd ignored. That night, Jake came home with a hickey he claimed was a bruise from the gym. I'd believed him because that's what you do when you love someone. You choose trust over suspicion. You tracked my location? Lily's voice rose with indignation. No, you shared it with me during our girls' trip to Vegas. Remember? You never turned it off. I smiled. Just like you never changed your Instagram password after I helped you recover it last year. Jake stepped forward, his charm switching on like a light. Baby, let's talk about this privately. Whatever you think you know. The transfers to her account? I raised my eyebrow. The secret email chain about the life insurance policy? Or maybe the texts planning this whole engagement party charade? His face went white. Behind him, Trinity let out a low whistle. Damn, sis, she said, raising her glass. And here I thought you were just Daddy's perfect little princess who never saw the bad in anyone. I met her eyes. You knew? Everyone knew, she scoffed. Well, everyone except you. The room fell silent. Phones kept recording. This would be viral by morning, but I didn't care. I'd planned for that too. The prenup, Jake's voice shook. What exactly does it say? It says that in case of infidelity, proven through digital or physical evidence, all joint assets transfer to the wronged party. I pulled out another document, including your shares in the startup you launched with my investment. Lily grabbed Jake's arm. You said that money was from your trust fund. Oh? I feigned surprise. He didn't tell you it was my inheritance? The same money you've been helping him funnel into your private account? The crowd gasped. Someone in the back shouted, Get him, girl! You're making a scene, Jake hissed, grabbing my wrist. I yanked free. Like the scene you two made on my birthday, when you disappeared for an hour during dinner? I turned to Lily. Your lipstick was smeared when you came back. I still have the photos. You've been gathering evidence this whole time? Lily's voice cracked. Since the day I found your earring in our bed. I stepped closer. The one I gave you for being my maid of honor. Jake's facade finally cracked. Roy will fight this. He's my godfather. Who watched you grow up with his best friend's daughter, only to betray her? I shook my head. He's already signed off on everything. Check your email. As if on cue, Jake's phone buzzed. He read the message, his hands shaking. You really thought I was just the sweet, naive girl who'd never suspect? I addressed them both. That I'd just smile and plan my wedding while you laughed behind my back? Natasha, the party planner, stepped forward with her phone. I have screenshots of all their planning messages. They've been coordinating this engagement party for weeks, as a cover. Thank you, Natasha, I smiled. I believe that concludes tonight's entertainment. I turned to leave, but paused. Oh, and Lily, you can keep the earrings. Consider them a parting gift, just like the 40% of Jake's company you thought you were getting. The last thing I heard as I walked out was Trinity's slow clap echoing through the stunned silence. Trinity caught up with me in the hotel parking garage, her heels echoing against concrete. That was quite a show up there, little sister. Save it, I snapped, fumbling for my car keys. You knew about them and said nothing. Like you would have believed me? She leaned against my car. Perfect Jake could do no wrong in your eyes. Besides, watching you play house with that snake was karma for all the times Mom picked you over me. The old wound reopened. Memories flooded back. Trinity crying alone in her room after another one of Mom's cutting remarks, me getting praised for every achievement while she got criticized for breathing wrong. That's what this was about? Revenge for our screwed-up childhood? No, Trinity's voice softened. I saw them at Ricardo's 3 months ago. Jake had his hand up her skirt at the bar, thinking nobody would notice. My stomach lurched. Ricardo's? That's where he proposed to me. Exactly. She pulled out her phone, showing me a blurry photo. I took this thinking I'd tell you, but then I remembered how you dismissed me when I warned you about my ex. The photo showed Jake and Lily in a dark corner, his face buried in her neck. The timestamp read 2:14 a.m., the night he claimed he was working late on a pitch deck. My phone buzzed. Stacy, my actual best friend, was calling. Girl, I just saw the videos online, Stacy's voice crackled through the speaker. I'm coming over, and I have something you need to see. Put it on speaker, Trinity insisted. Remember that backup drive you asked me to recover last month? Stacy continued. The one from Jake's laptop? Well, I found some interesting email threads. He's been moving money around, not just to Lily. Trinity's eyes widened. What kind of money? Investment funds, Stacy explained. From multiple women. Seems our boy Jake has a pattern of seducing wealthy women, getting them to invest in fake startups, then disappearing with the cash. The garage started spinning. I gripped my car door. And Lily? His partner in crime. She plays the supportive best friend, gains their trust, validates Jake's business ideas. They've done this before, Zoe, at least 3 times. Trinity cursed under her breath. That explains why he pushed so hard for the engagement. He was getting ready to run with your money. Where are you? Stacy asked. I'm picking you up. We need to plan our next move. I'm with Trinity at the Astoria. Trinity? Stacy paused. The sister who knew and didn't tell me. Yeah. I looked at Trinity. But maybe she can help us now. Trinity straightened up. Help you what? Take them down, I said. Not just expose them, destroy them. Make sure they can never do this to anyone else. A slow smile spread across Trinity's face. Now that sounds like fun. But first, you need to hear about what Lily did to me 5 years ago. What are you talking about? Remember Marcus, my fiancé who suddenly broke things off? Trinity's voice hardened. Guess who he left me for? My blood ran cold. Lily? For 3 months, she played the supportive friend, counseling me through the breakup while sleeping with him behind my back. Sound familiar? Stacy's voice cut through the speaker. Holy shit! She's been practicing this routine for years. I'm parked around the corner, Trinity said. Let's go to your place. I have text messages, photos, bank statements, everything from back then. We can use it all. My phone buzzed again, a news alert. Someone had already leaked the engagement party video. The headline read, Tech Entrepreneur's Fiancé Exposes Cheating Scandal in Viral Takedown. It's starting, Stacy said. We need to move fast before they try to spin this. I looked at Trinity, really looked at her, for the first time in years. Behind the makeup and designer clothes, I saw the same hurt little girl who just wanted someone to believe her. Okay, I said. Let's go burn their world down. Trinity linked her arm through mine as we walked to her car. Finally, she smiled, something we can agree on. You need to meet Kylan, Stacy said, spreading documents across my coffee table. He's Lily's ex from her corporate days, the one she tried to blackmail. Trinity scrolled through her phone. The engagement video just hit 2 million views. Comments are wild. My apartment had become command central. Empty wine bottles and takeout containers littered the counter as we pieced together Jake and Lily's history of deception. The doorbell rang. Stacy jumped up. That's him! Kylan was tall, sharp-suited, with tired eyes that had seen too much. He carried a leather briefcase that looked heavy with secrets. So you're the latest target, he said, studying me. I've been following the story. Clever move with the prenup. Tell her what Lily did to you, Stacy urged. Kylan set his briefcase down. 3 years ago, Lily was my executive assistant. We dated briefly. Then she started gathering dirt on board members, threatening to expose affairs, offshore accounts. She wanted shares in the company. Let me guess, Trinity interjected. Jake was involved? He posed as a potential investor. Kylan pulled out folders. They almost succeeded, but I caught them first. Unfortunately, 2 other companies weren't so lucky. My phone buzzed. Natasha, the party planner. Zoe, Lily's threatening to sue me for releasing those messages. But I have more. Voice recordings from their planning meetings. They were laughing about how easy it was to fool you. Send everything to my lawyer, I said. And Natasha, thank you. Those messages are trending, Trinity showed me her screen. Jake, the Sankey is #1. Kylan leaned forward. Here's what you don't know. They're planning something big. Jake's been meeting with investors for a new tech startup, promising impossible returns. Another scam, Stacy muttered. Bigger than before, Kylan confirmed. They're targeting retirement funds this time. Elderly people's savings. My blood boiled. Not if I can help it. There's more, Trinity said, her face pale. Mom just texted. Jake showed up at her house. What? He's trying to convince her you're unstable. Says you've been threatening him, that the prenup was signed under duress. Stacy snorted. With Roy as a witness? Good luck. He's desperate, Kylan observed. That means he's dangerous. My phone lit up with an unknown number. The text made my heart stop. Either you back off, or those photos from Cancun last year go public. You know the ones. L. Trinity read over my shoulder and laughed. Amateur move. She doesn't know about the cloud hack. What cloud hack? Kylan asked. Stacy grinned. Let's just say I've been busy. Every photo, every message they thought was deleted, I recovered it all, including evidence of their other scams. Another text buzzed through, from Roy this time. Jake just tried to file an injunction. Don't worry, I shut it down. But be careful, he's talking to tabloids. Perfect timing, Trinity said. The charity gala is tomorrow night. Every major business publication will be there. Kylan raised an eyebrow. Charity gala? My new foundation, I explained, supporting victims of financial fraud and betrayal. Jake and Lily are on the guest list. Along with every investor they've scammed, Stacy added, plus some surprise guests. You're going to expose them publicly? Kylan leaned back, impressed. No, I smiled. I'm going to let them expose themselves. Trinity pulled up an email. The SEC is very interested in Jake's investment history. They'll be there too. And the press? Kylan asked. Already primed, Stacy confirmed. They think they're covering a feel-good story about turning personal tragedy into charitable action. My phone buzzed again. Another threat from Lily, but this time I wasn't afraid. Tomorrow night, I said, raising my wine glass. We end this. To karma, Trinity clinked her glass against mine. To justice, Kylan added. Stacy held up her phone, showing Jake's face plastered across social media. To watching them burn. The knock at my door came at midnight. I knew it was Jake before I opened it, his signature 3 quick raps followed by 2 slow ones. Don't, Stacy warned from the couch. It's a trap. But I needed to hear what lies he'd spin. I opened the door, keeping the chain on. Jake looked terrible. His designer suit was wrinkled, his eyes red. Please, Zoe. 5 minutes. I let him in, pressing record on my phone. Stacy crossed her arms, watching him like a hawk. You need to leave, he said to her. Not happening, Stacy replied. Jake ran his hands through his hair. Fine. Zoe, you have to understand. Lily threatened me. She said if I didn't play along, she'd tell everyone about the money. What money, Jake? I kept my voice steady. The investment funds. She found out some transactions weren't exactly legal. Said she'd report me unless... He choked up. Unless I helped her get to you. Stacy laughed. Wow. Throwing her under the bus already? It's the truth. He pulled out his phone. Look at these messages. She's been blackmailing me for months. I glanced at the screen. The messages were dated last week. Funny, I said, because I have messages from 6 months ago where you told her, and I quote, once we get Zoe's inheritance, we'll finally have enough to disappear together. His face fell. Those are fake. Like the offshore account you opened in the Caymans? Stacy pulled up documents on her laptop. The one you've been funneling money into since March? Jake's phone buzzed. Lily's name flashed on the screen. He declined the call. She's probably warning you, I said. About the SEC investigation into your previous ventures. 3 companies, 3 wealthy fiancés, 3 mysterious disappearances with their money. You don't understand, he pleaded. I was in trouble. Bad investments, debts. Save it, Stacy snapped. We talked to Amanda from Seattle and Patricia from Boston. The color drained from his face. Who? Your other fiancés, I explained. The ones before me. Lily played best friend to them too, didn't she? Right before they lost everything? His phone buzzed again. This time he answered on speaker. Jake! Lily's voice was frantic. They know about everything. The SEC is... Shut up, he hissed, hanging up. You know what I don't understand? I stepped closer. Why come here? Why risk it? Because I love you, he whispered. It started as a con, but I fell for you. Lily was just... Insurance? I finished. A backup plan? Yes, no. I mean... He reached for my hand. We can fix this. Sign a statement saying the prenup was coerced. Say you were emotional, unstable. Like Patricia was unstable when she reported you to the police? Stacy pulled up another document. Before mysteriously retracting her statement, Jake's mask finally cracked. What do you want? Money? I can get you triple what you invested. With what? I laughed. The funds you stole from Amanda? Or Patricia's retirement savings? His phone buzzed again. A text this time. His eyes widened as he read it. The SEC isn't just investigating you, I said softly. They're investigating everyone who helped you, including Lily. You don't know what you're doing, he growled, desperation replacing the charm. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Actually, Stacy stood up, we do. And tomorrow night, so will everyone else. Jake lunged for my laptop, but I was faster. Looking for the evidence? It's not here. It's everywhere. Every news outlet, every financial regulator, every investor you've ever scammed. You're bluffing, he said, but his voice shook. I opened the door. Guess you'll find out tomorrow at the gala. Oh, and Jake? The SEC agents recording this conversation say hi. He fled, leaving behind only the lingering scent of expensive cologne and desperation. Think he bought it? Stacy asked. About the SEC agents? I smiled. Hook, line, and sinker. Now watch him run straight to Lily and walk right into our trap. They're trying to get ahead of the story, Trinity announced, bursting into my lawyer's office. Jake just gave an interview claiming you're having a mental breakdown. Roy, Jake's godfather and my newfound ally, looked up from his desk. Let me guess, he's painting himself as the victim? Better. Trinity tossed a tablet onto his desk. He's saying Zoe fabricated everything because she's obsessed with him. Lily's backing him up, crying about how worried they are about my unstable sister. I smoothed my red gala dress, surprisingly calm. Perfect. They're playing right into our hands. The reporters are already calling, Roy said, checking his phone. They want your response to Jake's claims about your history of emotional manipulation. Tell them they'll get their response tonight, I replied. Every single reporter in the city will be at the gala. Trinity's phone chimed. Kylan just confirmed. 3 of Jake's previous victims are flying in. They'll be there tonight. And the SEC? Roy asked. Not really here, I smiled. But Jake doesn't know that. He spent all morning moving money between accounts, creating a perfect trail of evidence. The door opened and Stacy rushed in, holding a garment bag. You need to see this. Lily just posted a tearful video about how she never meant to hurt anyone, and how Jake manipulated her too. She's throwing him under the bus, Trinity laughed. Just like we predicted. Roy's assistant interrupted with a stack of papers. The final documents you requested, sir. All the transfers, all the evidence, ready for tonight's presentation. One more thing. I pulled out my phone. Remember that backup drive Stacy recovered? Jake and Lily had a shared folder called Insurance. Turns out they kept dirt on everyone they scammed, including each other. Trinity scrolled through the files. Oh my God. She recorded their planning sessions. Every single scam, every lie, all documented. Because she never trusted him, Stacy explained. Just like he kept evidence against her. They were always planning to betray each other. My phone buzzed. A message from my mother. Jake came to see me. Says you're destroying his life over a misunderstanding. What have you done? Trinity read over my shoulder and scoffed. Of course she believes him, just like she believed Dad when he... Don't, I cut her off. Not now. We have 2 hours until the gala. The presentation is ready. Stacy connected her laptop to Roy's projector. First, we show Jake's history of fraud. Then, when he tries to blame Lily, we reveal her secret recordings, Trinity finished, followed by their emails planning the whole thing. And the finale? Roy asked. I pulled out a USB drive. They're messages from this morning, planning to flee the country with their victims' money. Kylan's team tracked every transfer. The press will eat this alive, Trinity grinned. Rich socialite exposes investment scam ring at charity gala. Speaking of the gala, Stacy checked her watch. We need to get you ready. Your dress fitting is in 20 minutes. My phone buzzed again. Jake. Last chance, Zoe. Back off or everyone learns what really happened in Cancun. He's getting desperate, Roy observed. That means dangerous. Let him try something, Trinity said. Security's already briefed. Plus, every guest will be recording everything. I stood up, gathering my things. One last check? Everyone knows their roles? Stacy nodded. I handle the technical presentation. I coordinate with the victims and press, Trinity added. And I, Roy smiled, make sure everything stays legal, mostly. My phone lit up with another message, this time from Lily. We need to talk, privately, before tonight. Don't respond, Trinity warned. She's trying to buy time. I looked at my reflection in Roy's window, adjusting my dress. The woman staring back wasn't the naive fiancé who believed in fairy tales. She was something much more dangerous, a woman with nothing left to lose and everything to prove. Let's go, I said. It's showtime. The gala ballroom buzzed with anticipation. Reporters lined the walls, phones ready. Jake and Lily sat at separate tables, both trying to look confident and failing. Ready? Trinity squeezed my hand as I approached the podium. The red dress felt like armor. Every eye in the room followed me as I took the stage. Welcome to the launch of Built from Ashes, I began, my voice steady. A foundation dedicated to helping victims of financial fraud and betrayal rebuild their lives. Jake shifted uncomfortably. Lily touched up her lipstick. Tonight, I'd like to share a story. I nodded to Stacy, who started the presentation. It begins with a simple investment scheme, a charming man, a trusted friend, and millions in stolen dreams. The screen behind me displayed bank statements, transfer records, email threads. Jake Howard and Lily Ramos didn't just betray me, I continued. They've been running this con for years, and tonight some of their previous victims would like to speak. A woman in her 50s stood up. My name is Patricia. 3 years ago, Jake convinced me to invest my retirement savings in a tech startup. Lily became my closest confidant. They disappeared with everything. Jake jumped to his feet. This is slander. She's lying. Lying? Another woman rose. Like you lied about loving me, Jake? About our engagement? Before you and Lily stole my family's business? Lily grabbed her purse, heading for the exit. Security blocked her path. Running already? I called out. But we haven't even played the recordings yet. Stacy hit play. Lily's voice filled the room. Once we clean out her accounts, we'll do the same thing we did to Patricia and Amanda. Jake's already got the offshore transfers set up. Jake's face contorted. You recorded our meetings? No, Jake, I smiled. Lily did, just like you kept evidence against her. Trust issues much? The screen showed their secret email exchanges, their plans, their gloating about previous victims. You psychotic bitch! Lily screamed, lunging toward the stage. Security caught her arms. You're ruining everything! Actually, Trinity stood up, you did that yourself. Every threat, every scheme, all documented by your own paranoia. My mother rose from her seat, tears streaming. All this time, I believed him when he said you were unstable. Mom, I kept my voice level. They convinced a lot of people of a lot of things. That's what predators do. Reporters' cameras flashed frantically. Jake made a dash for the door but crashed into Kylan instead. Leaving so soon? Kylan grabbed Jake's arm. The real SEC agents would love to chat. The ones actually investigating you, not the ones you thought were here last night. Jake's face went pale. You tricked me into moving the money. Into accounts we were monitoring, I finished. Thanks for making the prosecution's job easier. Lily broke free from security, mascara running. He forced me. Jake threatened me, said he'd expose. Save it, Trinity cut her off. We found your private account too, the one with everyone's money. The room erupted in chaos. Victims confronted their scammers. Reporters fired questions. Phones recorded everything. One more thing, I raised my voice over the commotion. Built from Ashes isn't just a charity. It's a support network for fraud victims. with a legal team dedicated to pursuing predators like you. You can't prove anything, Jake shouted, desperate. I pointed to Roy, who stood with a team of lawyers. Actually, we can, and we did. Every victim, every scam, every dollar you stole. The Foundation's first case, Trinity announced, will be a class action lawsuit representing everyone you've hurt. Security began escorting Jake and Lily out as actual federal agents arrived. Zoe, Lily called out, one last attempt. We were best friends once. Please. I met her eyes. We were never friends, Lily. I was just another mark. But unlike your other victims, I marked you right back. The room burst into applause as they were led away. Trinity hugged me tight. Stacy wiped away tears. My mother approached the stage slowly. Zoe, I'm so sorry I didn't believe. Later, Mom, I said softly. Right now, we have work to do. There are more victims out there, more stories to tell. And more predators to catch, Trinity added, raising her champagne glass. To justice, served cold. The room echoed with glasses clinking, but this victory felt like just the beginning. The morning sun streamed through my office windows as I scrolled through the day's emails. Each one told a similar story. I thought I was alone. Thank you for giving me courage. They almost took everything, but your foundation helped me fight back. A knock at my door pulled me from the screen. Trinity walked in, holding up her tablet. Jake's sentencing is trending. 15 years for fraud. Lily got 12. Good. I closed my laptop. How's the Boston case going? 3 more victims came forward after the news broke. Stacy's tracking their missing funds now. My phone buzzed. A message from Mom. Coming up to your office. Bringing lunch. Trinity raised an eyebrow. Ready for that? No, I admitted. But it's time. Mom arrived carrying takeout bags, her designer confidence replaced by something softer, more uncertain. I brought your favorite. Thanks, Mom. I cleared space on my desk. Trinity, stay? Wouldn't miss it. She perched on my office couch. Mom unpacked the food in silence before finally speaking. The Foundation, it's doing amazing work. 4 cases won this week, Trinity reported, including that hedge fund manager who targeted elderly investors. Like Dad did? Mom's hands trembled. Before he got caught, I finished, and left us with nothing but shame and debt. That's why I pushed you so hard, Mom whispered, to be perfect, to never trust the wrong person, and then I trusted Jake's lies about you instead. Trinity stood up. Maybe if you'd trusted us enough to talk about Dad, about what really happened, we could have spotted the pattern sooner. The pattern? Mom asked. Charming men with big promises, I explained. Best friends who aren't what they seem. The same con, generation after generation. Until now, Trinity added. Because Zoe didn't just get even, she built something that matters. My phone lit up with a video call from Kylan. I answered on speaker. Turn on the news, he said without preamble. Lily's trying to cut a deal. She's naming names, other scammers, other schemes. Let me guess, Trinity smirked. She's throwing Jake under every bus she can find? Better. She's exposing an entire network. Your foundation's about to get very busy. Mom reached across the desk and took my hand. I'm proud of you, both of you, and I'm ready to talk about everything, about your father, about the mistakes I made. Good, I squeezed her hand, because Built from Ashes isn't just about catching predators. It's about healing the wounds they leave behind. Stacy burst in, waving a document. The class action settlement just came through. Every victim gets their money back, plus damages. Send it to Roy, I told her, and call Patricia. She'll want to tell her support group. Already done. Oh, and that reporter is here for your interview. I stood up, straightening my jacket. The one about turning trauma into triumph? No, Stacy grinned. The one about how a broken engagement exposed a nationwide fraud ring and launched a movement. Trinity hooked her arm through Mom's. Come on, let's show you the support center downstairs. See what your daughters built from those ashes you were so afraid of. As they left, I caught my reflection in the window. The woman staring back wasn't defined by betrayal anymore. She was defined by what she chose to do about it. My phone buzzed one last time. A text from Roy. Jake's appealing his sentence. Says he has new evidence. I smiled, typing back. Let him try. Some fires are meant to keep burning. Stacy poked her head back in. Ready? Almost. I picked up a framed photo from my desk, the one from the engagement party where it all began, where I thought my world was ending, but it was really just catching fire. I dropped it in the trash. Some memories don't need keeping. Now I'm ready, I said, heading for the door. Let's go help someone else rise.